Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to your grammar lesson. We have been working on verb tenses since last week. I'm going to review those from last week and introduce the third verb tense, and then we'll move on. So, verbs is a part of speech. Okay, we have parts of speech such as nouns, person, place, thing, idea, and a part of speech is a verb, which is an action word. It shows action. Okay, so this is a part of speech, a verb. So we have learned verb tenses. So verb tenses basically show or are used to show or to convey various times, sequences, states, and conditions. And all the verb tenses have a past, present, future. So let's review. The simple verb tense is just as it sounds. It's simple. Past tense tells what action has already happened, like Ben gave me a pencil. The simple present tense tells an action that is happening now. Mark eats the apple. Simple. Simple future tense tells an action that is going to happen with the helping verb will. Hank will pet the cat. Okay, so there's simple, past, present, future. Now, we learned progressive tense last week. The progressive verb tense shows an ongoing action at some point in time, and it shows an action is still in progress by using ing verbs. So progressive shows progress now, progress in action. Okay, so we learned, I'll just review here quickly. Progressive past tense, Ty was visiting Kay yesterday. Progressive present tense, Ty is visiting Kay yesterday. Progressive future tense, Ty will be visiting Kay tomorrow. So the key thing here is that we see the ing at the end of the verb, which tells us that it is still happening. It's an action in progress. So again, we have simple tense, progressive verb tense. Now we're going to learn the perfect verb tense. So perfect tense verbs tell the order in which things happened or what must occur before something else can happen. So just like before, there's past, present, future. Past perfect verbs express that an action occurred before another event in the past. And you're going to see this when it says had plus past tense verb. The city had built several schools last year. Okay? Now, perfect present tense. Okay? Present perfect verbs express that an action occurred at an unspecified time in the past. You form this verb tense by using have or has plus the past tense verb. The city has built several schools this year. So we don't know exactly when the action occurred, but there is an action that occurs before the one in the past. So there's the verb here, has, and then there's built. Now let's look at future perfect verb tense. Future perfect verbs express that an action will occur before another event in the future. Okay, so it's like there's two events happening that are dependent on the other. You will form this verb tense by using will have plus the past tense verb. By the end of the year, the city will have built several schools. So you'll know it's perfect tense because you'll see here that there's had, built, had plus the past tense verb, has or have plus the past tense verb, will have plus the past tense verb. So let's review. We've got simple verb tense, progressive verb tense, and now perfect verb tense. So this is when an action is based on another action. Ty had visited Kay before she left. Ty has visited Kay. Present, future. Ty will have visited Kay before she leaves. Now let's look at, you're going to practice on the draw it. So when you have a fill in the blank type of question, read it to yourself aloud or in your head to see what makes sense. If Jen is studying, she would have passed the test. If Jen has studied, she would have passed the test. If Jen had studied, she would have passed the test. Which one makes sense? So as I read them out loud, I can tell which one makes sense, right? So she already took the test. She would have passed had she studied. So C makes sense. So try these, and then you'll take a quick quiz as well. And tomorrow we'll work with a different type of verb. Good job, 5th graders.